Thank you. Beautiful. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. Good morning, everybody. Up there, way back there, right here. Great to see all of you. And Unity of Walnut Creek, we welcome you. And we have Sharon Henderson and Reflection in the house. They're going to start us off. Come on up.
Blessings. It's a good God day. Yes, yes? All right. This door is open to you. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the bliss down to the turn down, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gray or straight, Muslim, Hindu or Jew, this door is open to you. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the bliss down to the turn down, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. So whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Muslim, Hindu or Jew, this door is open to you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. My name is Carl, and I'm so glad to have you guys with us today.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Carolyn Jansen, and it's so good to be here. Wonderful to be all together. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon, for opening our service with song, and I want to thank you. And the guys with you today are Mark on piano, Lee on bass, and Vino on drums. Thanks, all three of you, too.
And our speaker today is our very own Bob Hardy. Yay. And Bob, as you know, is a licensed Unity teacher and an ordained interfaith minister through the Chaplaincy Institute. And he's going to continue talking about the path of the Holy Fool, the series that we're doing, and this morning, transforming the wasteland.
So let's begin. I invite you to turn your cell phones to silence as we enjoy this sacred time together. Please join us in turning to the camera and waving for the people at home. Hey, everybody. Glad you're here. Your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we are so glad you're with us this morning.
So let us take a moment to acknowledge the land upon which our center rests. This is Ohlone, Bay Miwok, and Yukat's land. We honor its ancestry, and we are grateful for those who came before us, and we commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
And our mission is who we've come here to be. Let's say our mission together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
If you are with us for the first time, welcome, and please feel free to raise your hand so we can acknowledge you. Looking around. Please visit our bookstore across the patio after the service to receive a welcome package and a gift. And if you need assistance in receiving this, please let an usher know, and we hope you'll choose to stay with us and meet some of us on the patio after the service.
And the connection cards are available in newcomer packets, welcome packets, but they're also in the seat pockets behind you, in front of you. And these are for everyone. And with this card, you can submit a prayer request. You can give feedback. Our prayer team will pray with you. It's a good way to connect.
As Carolyn said, you can give us feedback and you can request information. So please place your card in the basket along with the offering later in the service.
And again, we want to remind each other to consider comfort levels when we greet one another before and after services with namaste bows. What's that called? Elbow bumps and hugs.
Oh, we don't do handshakes.
Right. We welcome you to socialize on the patio before and after services, and do visit the bookstore.
Our campus is open for on-site classes and groups, and masks must be worn indoors at Unity. So please wear your mask properly, up over your nose and down under your chin. Masks are optional out of doors. And many of our classes are going to be available on Zoom now, so we have several events that we want to highlight for you this week.
So Robert Hardy invites you to get your creativity jump start and paint your own path. Join him on Sunday, October 24th at 2 p.m. for a creative paint workshop.
So, and more on that, if you have no experience and wonder how to express without limitations, this is for you. All paint supplies and setup will be provided, so just bring your presence and your willingness to honor this experience. And I already heard Bob talk at the 9:30, so you'll get more during his talk.
Would you like to share the gift of prayer with others in our community? Consider becoming a Unity prayer chaplain. Training is provided, and it's held on Zoom on Friday evening, Saturday, November 5th through 6th. And if you're an interested member, please complete the prayer chaplain application. That's available on our website, and do that by October 24th. And if you have any questions about that, you can talk to Susan.
So here's some fun coming up. This year, Halloween the 31st falls on a Sunday. And so guess what we're going to do at Unity of Walnut Creek? We're going to encourage you to wear costumes to church. Well, and as I think about it, that could be interesting with this crowd. There will be no police at the door, so whatever you wear is just between all of us.
Oh, we've got some planning to do.
Yeah, I know.
And do see our website, because everything is listed right there. And we're going to have classes, as Carl said, in person and online. And if you're not receiving our weekly e-news, use the connection card or the Watch Live link on the website and sign up.
So now, as we prepare for a time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath and affirming our statement of faith together. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God.
We begin with music followed by a guided meditation and silence.
Let me be your peace. Let your peace be in me. Let me be your peace. Let your peace be in me. Let me be your peace. Let your peace be in me. Let me live in your service as your love assures me. Let me move in your glory. Let your light lead the way. Let me rest in your goodness as the dawn meets the day. Let me be your peace. Let your peace be in me. Let me rest in your goodness as your love assures me. Let me be your peace. Let your peace be in me. Let me be your peace. Let your peace be in me.
As we breathe in those wonderful reminders, those words of peace. The music flows through us from top to bottom. We breathe into our heart space, and just notice our heart space. Notice our feet on the floor, our back is straight. We are in gratitude for the peace and the love and the energy that moves through our heart space. Just breathe that in. Let everything else go just for a few moments. There's nothing else to do now. Just be peace from the perspective of our heart space. Notice that every time you breathe in, your heart fills with love and joy and spreads out all over. Each time. Slowly. As we breathe in peace, as we breathe in joy, as we breathe in love, we take that warm feeling into the silence. We breathe in again, noticing this short time in our attention to our heart space, which glows in love always. We give thanks for that knowing. We give thanks for the respite. The moment to breathe in God and to know our hearts more fully. Thank you for this time to be peace, to be love. Thank you, God.
Let your peace be in me. Let me move in your glory as your love ushers me. Let me be your peace. Let your peace be in me. Let me rest in your goodness as your love be hearing about our imaginations today and what that does in the holy creation with God. So that's where we are today. Opening our eyes to imagination to look and see. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling through the world of God creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. With me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in a world of God creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it, you can change the world. There's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare to pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it, you can change the world. There's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. 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 Oh, you truly wish to be. Do you really, really, really want to be? Come on if you wish to be. Oh, just look around and see. Oh, you really wish to be. If you really wish to be. You really wish to be. You really wish to be. If you truly wish to be. You truly wish to be. So come with me, and we'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Well, thank you, Sharon. And the band, great to see you live. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you again so much for the music and the setting the tone. There's so much love and life here. I sure appreciate it. Wow, look at everybody out here. Wow, I was just out here in front. Everybody snuck in. How great. It's great to see you. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Got friends. It's so great. Reverend Kristen is off right now, and guess what? She got married this weekend. What? It was like a big secret. And I said, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Too bad. As a matter of fact, the wedding's being officiated by Reverend Lauren Artress, the author of our book, The Path of the Holy Fool. There's a connection there. I get excited when people make a great commitment of marriage. I just get excited about marriages. Now, probably most men don't normally say that, but I get excited about marriages. And of course, 34 years ago, Diane and I got married. We had a Renaissance theme. My wife is here in the audience. I just like talking about my wife. I will never forget the support we got from our family and friends that came dressed in costume. It was a Renaissance theme, and everybody came dressed in costume. It was so much fun. And they were there, to celebrate the commitment to our new life together. And even my father-in-law-to-be wore tights. It was so cool. Right? Yeah. We need to be reminded of our good decisions in life once in a while, right? Also in the same year, one of our favorite movies came out, and in honor of Kristen's marriage, I offer this clip.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage, that blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream.
A dream within a dream. For those of you who don't know, that's from the Princess Bride movie, one of our favorite movies of all time. The marriage scene with the most important clergyman. Does that scene not make you laugh? I wish Kristen and Brentley a super time on their next committed adventure together. Soon after I was ordained, we had some friends of ours that asked me to officiate their wedding. I was so excited to do this, of course. And then I found out it was in Hawaii after the 1st of January. And that was a great surprise, but I was willing. All right. Well, Bill and Tim are great people, and they were together for about 15 years, and they had some grown children from a previous marriage. And they rented a large 2-story house on the Big Island, for which the long backyard opened to a grassy area. It had a big tent for the dinner, and beyond were white chairs all set up for the audience to look out past the altar onto the beach. It was wide open to the ocean. It was cloudy and breezy, but the ocean was calm, and I was kind of glad about that because I was going to have the ocean to my back. It kind of made me nervous. But after I got the groomsmen all together and the bridesmaids all together, we had a great ceremony, the vows, the commitments. Diane played the flute, and we completed the ceremony, and we turned to the audience, and I presented the couple. And just at that moment, the clouds broke open and rain came down. Everybody jumped up and ran for the tent. Amazingly perfect timing. But I'm sure you have some great wedding stories to tell as well. Commitment, for better or for worse, always sends us in a new direction. Yes? But our ego is resistant. Along with our monkey mind, it talks us out of those creative things that we want to do with our lives, those adventures that we want to take. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, I was asked to talk about chapter 3 from our book, The Path of the Holy Fool, called Transforming the Wasteland is the name of chapter 3. Now, what does that mean, transforming the wasteland? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. But the book story overall is about the hero's journey. You might have heard Kristen talk a little bit about this. Of course, we are each on our hero's journey, and along with the central knight character Percival, who must pass through the wasteland. The author notes that the entire human genome right now is in that phase of that journey together. The opening quote for the chapter itself, to introduce it, states, a growing body of research supports what spiritual, I'm going a little fast here, sorry. Spiritual contemplatives, I got that right, have known for millennia that the human capacity for imagination not only shapes our minds, but also weaves into the fabric of reality. So it sets a tone of hope in our own powers. The wasteland is described as a time of literalism and isolation. Does anybody feel that way sometimes? Can I get an amen? The idea that our author suggests is that our country and much of the developed world is in a current wasteland because not only of the pandemic, but the anti-social media, constant news, and useless input which saps our energy and our imaginations. Ms. Artress also articulates my most passionate message in that our power of imagination releases us and heals us to move ourselves forward out of those low and confusing places that we sometimes find ourselves. So we have the power. The most sought after commodity in the world right now, which is more valuable than gold these days, is your attention. And I appreciate that. I appreciate your attention in this moment. Because we give our attention to all types of media. Yes, I'm addressing you who are scrolling through your Facebook page while I'm giving this encouraging talk right now. To get on with your own life, not the life that someone else is trying to suggest to you, right? Every time you look at your phone, companies track your attention, what is important to your specific interests, keeping us all in our own private tunnels and spaces. Our personal perspectives are getting smaller and smaller. Way back 9-10 years ago, did we need a Facebook or a Twitter post to govern our emotions, our reactions, or what to do next? I don't think so. Social media creators are sending us into isolated wastelands, winning the war on creating a billionaire class while dismantling a cohesive, supportive society. We are now very segmented and combative based on our preferences. We sometimes lose track of who we are or where we are. You ever run into that? You're going through some stuff, and you're like, well, where have I been for the last half an hour? We've been stiffened by the bombardment of media, and we have to find our way out. Many of us are closed and judgmental to ourselves. Ideas can be black and white, not open to review or negotiation. That's just not real life if we want to live our best and support others. We've got to be flexible. We must clear the field of our own ego and hardened judgments. Like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, right? Who was stuck for years in his own judgments. Paralysis from analysis. Rusting out there in the orchard, not knowing what to do next. We are committed to knowing our own hearts more deeply. We get to practice our own heart's calling with our God-given grace ahead of someone else's agenda. Now, how do we do that? Well, nothing happens while living in the wasteland unless we make a commitment. We have to make a commitment in our hearts first for a new direction. When we feel in doubt or overwhelmed, what's the first thing that we need to do? We need to pray. We need to pray. We need to ask God to help us. And then we can get back to the 5 unity principles, the basis by which we are all here together. Right? Number 1, there's only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. The bottom line, God the good. There's no debates. It's the bottom line. God the good is with us. Our essence, number 2, our essence is of God. Therefore, we are inherently good. No matter what my monkey mind has to say about it, we are inherently good. Number 3, we are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. There's our imagination. We co-create what we have here in our life with God. Number 4, through prayer and meditation, just like we were doing, we align our heart and mind with God. Not with the latest Facebook page, but with God, right? Number 5, through thoughts, words, and actions. We live the truth we know. So these basic unity principles are great, but we need to put them into action to make them real. When I am called as a chaplain to do some support, the common complaint is one of upset, confusion, and overwhelm. And it's usually about someone else's stories and someone else's opinions. And I listened for a while, and then I asked him, I said, when is the last time you've turned your cell phone off? Does it have an off button? It's a very powerful button. Give it a try. Talking about the old days, back 9, 10 years ago, we would go fishing or play golf to disconnect and relieve the stresses of the day. Really disconnect. So where do you go to disconnect these days and charge your mental and emotional batteries? You need to ask yourself that question. What do I do? We are called to reactivate and use our power of imagination to transform the wasteland, to use our imaginations to transform the wasteland in order to find our next way forward. Imagination is the only thing that can lead us out into fulfill what is ours to do once we put it into action. Our author of our book takes us on a journey with many mistakes and lessons to be learned that our hero finally makes it to the Grail Castle so that he can make it to the Grail Castle. And he finally makes it to the Grail Castle. Did I give the ending away? The Grail Castle exists between senses and thought. It is the imaginative, liminal, in-between world where our own visionary perception opens up. And I brought something along here to share. A lot of sharing today, you will see. This here looks to me like the Grail Castle. And I've had this for 34 years because it was the topper on our wedding cake. But I keep it on my shelf in my office because it not only reminds me of the path and the switchbacks and the things we did together for 34 years, but it holds the promise of getting back into the Grail Castle whenever possible. Whenever I can, to use my imagination to move on, move forward. Thank you for letting me share that. The bottom line is it's all imagination that's created this building, this suit of clothes, each one of us. Yet our competitive ego doesn't want us to give credit to the imagination. No, our ego doesn't like uncertainty. But imagination is what ignites our visions, what ignites our passions, then helps us move forward with new ideas, new optimism, can make those visions real through actions we take in the world. Basic number 5. Back there again, all right. I do a lot of creative paint work. And I do just that, to practice expressing whatever it is that comes up in my imagination. And it's always a surprise. It could go left, it could go right, it just doesn't matter what it is, I just paint it. My wife can attest to this. So I have a couple of visuals to share for those who are visually challenged. And I will do that right now. So here's the first one. So this is a storybook, really. It's about a journey, likely parts of my journey, right? Because it's all about me. Because I start off on the bottom, on my face down, unconscious, not knowing who I am or where I'm going. And as I climb, I keep climbing, I keep going up the stairs and switch back left and right. It's kind of like a labyrinth in a way. But I'm always on my real life path to find the Grail Castle. And then some of you may be able to notice, but I always have a heavy bag on the back of each person. It's a heavy bag I carry over my shoulders. It's my stuff, my ideas about why I can't go forward, mistakes I've made, unforgiveness, excuses. But I keep climbing, I keep pushing past my problems to make it to my next adventure. And I hope not to fall into too many pits of despair. There's a lot of pits of despair around, and this is another movie connection, right? Same movie. All right, so I want to share that first one with you. The next one is a little different. Very different. Oop, we got the winds back up. It's fall again. Have you ever seen an eyeball this big? Maybe you have at the movies. But this is a scene where we look out onto the world by who we are, our assumptions, our travels, and who we think we are, lenses of past issues and assumptions. That's our personal lenses. And we see the world as we are. And then we fill in the blanks. And then we also float around the outskirts, trying to avoid all the sharks that we can avoid. Then here, just out of line of sight, this is called the Earthrise. Some of you may know it. It's a picture of Earth from the moon taken in 1968. It gave us a perspective about ourselves and changed the perspective of many from a small tribal world to a world where we live and move and have our being together, a world in which we are all connected physically, emotionally, and mentally on all levels, yet we are in constant denial of it. It is out of our sight, out of our perspective. So we don't always have it in mind when we're out in the world. On another space note, I got excited about space. Anyone catch that 90-year-old William Shatner shoot off into space this week? I was very inspired by that. I'm really glad William lived to 90 years old, number one. Number two is, he played a character called Captain Kirk for the Star Trek Enterprise back in the day. And when I was a kid, he was one of my heroes. He was tough. He made thoughtful decisions. He always talked to his analytical mind, Spock, to get a second opinion. Was passionate. He saved people. And each adventure, he and his crew were able to make it through some rough wastelands and get all spruced up for the next adventure next week. Star Trek took our imaginations to new worlds and to see ourselves in a much bigger context, grappling with similar issues that we grapple with today. The captain and the starship crew were resilient despite mistakes and trials, and I see you and me as captains of our own resiliency. As much as we deny and separate from each other, as we point out, we are pointing at ourselves at the same time. So using the image of Earthrise as a classic personal vision has many aspects to help us grow on our journey, especially realizing that we are in this life together. We forget, amidst the constant input for our attention, that there are bigger things that matter, things that would help heal the earth, heal our hearts, and grow our own imaginations bigger and wider. So if you have a hankering to work with imagination expression through creative painting, feel free to join us next Sunday in the community room. It's a time of practicing getting out of someone else's ideas of who you should be. Get past your own self-talk and let your own ideas flow. What's called to emerge from you? Will it be scary? Will it be black? Will it be red? Will it be a giant eyeball? I don't know. But it'll be your mystery. What matters is to allow the greater part of you to splash out onto the paper without all the rules or someone else's judgments. No straight lines, no expectations. How's that for an opening? Pretty good? And you could do this at home too, really, you can. But if you're interested, you just go on the Eventbrite link and there will be more information about the event, and then just click yes. Simple. So in conclusion, thank you for being with me today. Appreciate it. Be willing to rise above the monkeys in your phone and your mind and that blind you to who you really are. And what you have known always, you are a co-creator with God in every moment. And I have an affirmation to share with you today. As I open my heart, I see a world transforming. It begins with me. So let's say that together. As I open my heart, I see a new world transforming. It begins with me. Because there's only one presence and one power active in my life and your life. The all-loving goodness of God. Be peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. That was great. That was a great tie-on. I just read the chapter, so to have that added information to it and your insight to it is really, really neat. And also, thanks for reminding all of us what Kristen and Brentley are up to. I'd kind of forgotten about it, and I went, oh, that's right. Our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you're a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. As you can see, our prayer chaplains have the lavender stoles.
Whether you have a prayer of joy or concern on your heart, today praying with a prayer chaplain is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive, because in truth there is no lack or limitation, and abundance is our true nature.
And for your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to this community. In addition to checks and cash, you can use the Give app on your iPhone or Android. And you can use the credit debit card envelope that's in the clipboard in the front back pocket of the seat in front of you. And you can also set up a pay bill through your bank. Those of you at home may click on the donate button on the Watch Live page.
Oops. So I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and repeat our affirmation. Together, divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. Let me just sit back here.
Yes, Lord, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Yes, Lord, completely yes. My soul says yes. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Yes, Lord, completely yes. My soul says yes. Not my will, Lord, but thy will be done. There is no more I, but you, the Christ I have inside. I give my all and my everything to you. I'm yielded completely through and through. I'll say it again, I said, not my will, Lord, but thy will be done. There is no more I, but you, the Christ I have inside. I give my all and my everything to you. I'm yielded completely through and through. All I want to say is yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. From the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Yes, Lord. Completely yes. My soul says yes. My soul says yeah, 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 yeah. My soul says yeah, 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 yes. My soul says yes.
I'd like to invite the ushers to come forward. I'll just do it from here. As we bless this offering, we bless the giver and the gift, that it may go forth and multiply and increase good in our lives and the lives of those we touch. Together, we give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now.
Our children have been busy this morning decorating pumpkins. Yes. And each child is going to take home a decorated pumpkin, and there will be one that you'll be invited to purchase after the 11:30 service. These are custom-made pumpkins just for you. So don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind opportunity, pumpkins.
And Michelle asked me to add, because Carol had this part, that there's a blessing with them, and there's a lot of love energy in them, and they're way more than just pumpkins. Trust me, way more.
We were with the kids during Unity Kids Camp this summer, and they've gotten really good at going like this with their hands, and then they just send up blessings, and it just is so touching. So let's bless our children and teachers together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
Please join me in the prayer of protection. Together, the love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And now our peace song. You may wish to remain seated and receive the words of the sacred song, and you can hum along together. Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God ever present, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
You are the light, the love, and the peace on earth right now.
So let your light shine and have fun and spread joy.